Atena, Pegler. Hi, Alex. When conducting weekly or fortnightly, fortnightly, definitely Aussie or UK. Fortnightly, no one in the US says that. Fortnightly webinar, I'm just going to say fortnightly. Through Skool, do you recommend promoting a new offer at the end each time? Additionally, would you recommend, okay, so no, I wouldn't recommend doing a new offer. I think you do a new front end. So if we were to say there was an advanced Skool community, right? I would run this exact same call the same way I always do. And just at the very end, I was like, hey, if you enjoyed this and like you didn't get your question answered, our advanced community, I have time to answer just about everybody's question. And so if you want, our advice, and we also have a bunch of other unlockables there for people who are trying to go from $10,000 a month in their Skool to $100,000 a month in their Skool. All right, now if you're not there yet, that's fine. Continue to consume this stuff. But if you're on the precipice, you're really like motivated to do that, then I think that community would be a good fit for you. All right, so go check that out. I'll see you there. By the way, message me in the chat right now if you are one of those people, and then I'll hop on the phone with you guys and we'll see if it's a good fit. That's how you make a CTA. That's it. Now, we don't have that. Please don't put anything in the chat. All right. McKenna, thank you. I appreciate it. But guys, that's it. That's what a CTA is. All right. And look, we're coming up on time. That would have been perfect, right? But that's all you do. So Atena, you don't change your offer. Rather, you don't change what your delivery is. Like once you have an offer that works, you just make the offer. All right. It's just how you hook into the offer that changes. So like, I'll give you a simple example to make this visual. At a gym, I have workouts and I have meal plan. That's it. That's all I really have. I have equipment, but that's about it, right? And so everything that I promote, whether it's a 6-week challenge, a 42-day detox, a 21-day transfer, like it's just workouts and meal plans. That's it. And so all of the other stuff is just wrapper that we're putting on what the core things are, all right? And so fundamentally, you're not going to change your business, but you can change how you introduce the thing. And these are fundamentally what promotions are. And these matter more if you're local than if you're online. So as a side note, because in a local market, the same people see your shit all the time, which by the way, why I think I got pretty good at advertising because I had to keep changing stuff up. Whereas if you're in a national market, new people see the same ad. So new people hop on your weekly webinar. And if they hop on and they get value, they take the call to action. And if they didn't get value, next week, if they get value, maybe they will take the call to action, but you'll also have new people who joined. Damon, I don't have a big audience and I live in Germany. Does it make sense for me to make 10 TikToks a day with topics about relationships, money, and gym, then write into my Skool about page? Book a call with me if one of the following applies to you. I mean, you just said you're pretty niched and you just named like everything. So I don't know if I agree with that. I would say pick one. So you just literally covered health, wealth, relationships, which is considered like the largest, like literally it's all markets, right? Or traditionally considered all markets, not always. And so I'd say pick one. So pick whether you're going to talk about fitness, you're going to talk about money, or you're going to talk about relationships at the most basic level. And you still probably need to go like 2 levels down. And for everybody who's in a foreign fucking country, like I started in a local market. Okay. So people don't travel for more than 3 miles for a gym. So I don't care how small your country is. Okay. It's bigger than a local market. And I still probably made more money than you. So my point of saying this is that like you have this, like I have to go wider. It's like, dude, Germany's the 4th largest economy in the world. It's a multi-trillion-dollar economy. You have enough money there to make plenty and plenty of money. So yes, the laws of niching down apply to you. So pick one of those 3 and then go like 2 levels deeper. And what you want to think about there is who I'm going after, and then what they do in terms of activities, and then what sort of pain they're suffering from that you're going to help them with. All right. So who, what, how. Very simple. And if you get who, what, how, then you have 3 levels, kind of 3 layers that you add to your niche. That was actually pretty good advice. Okay. Jack Kitchener. And by the way, I said that with love. I lost the name, but I think it was DeWin. I said that with love.
Listen, if you host or own a Skool community yourself and wish there was a faster, easier, and more reliable way of getting more people to know about your group, then listen up, because now there is. In fact, this video is sponsored by a real Skool community called the YouTube JV Portal, where the #1 focus is to get more eyeballs on your Skool communities. This channel you're watching right now has partnered with the YouTube JV Portal, so if you're a Skool community owner and you want a sponsored slot just like this to promote your group on all of our upcoming content here on SkoolStories, then click the second link in the description and book a call today. And now, back to the video.
Okay, Jack. Alex, hope you had a great weekend. Signed up to Skool last and started a group for athletes. Great. I'm no expert, but I did go from my couch to complete my first half marathon Ironman, juggling married life, 2 kids, and running business. Awesome. Triathlon is my passion. This is great. This is a passion business. Awesome. How'd you monetize the community around this if you were me? Oh, dude, just literally post your triathlete training. You do it all the time, and then like talk about what it's like. So don't like, think about it like this. Don't like, I mean, you can still post like what you're doing in terms of volume, but no one's going to care as much about that. They're going to care about like what you're doing on a regular basis. So I'll give you a little homework. Look at Sam Sulek's channel on YouTube, and you'll notice he's not like teaching people programming or periodization. He's just documenting him driving to the gym. Shoulders are a little achy, so I'm gonna do this instead. hey, I don't know if you've tried this. When I do my bike pedaling, I kind of click my shoe in this way, and I don't know, it tends to work for me. So give it a shot. Like, don't try and be an authority. People will make you an authority if they find value in the stuff. So just show them you training and show the other stuff you're doing. And people who resonate with both of those things, so they're married, have kids, business, and are trying to triathlete, those will be your avatars. All right. And so I would recommend, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're running a business, it might be easiest to start with other entrepreneurs who are into the same thing. But the fundamental thing that I started with is what you need to advertise. So for everybody who's at a zero, pricing happens after you advertise, because if you don't advertise, no one finds out about your price test. So it's not really a test. All right. So you have to let people know about your stuff. Okay. Inaki's AI note taker from Otter AI. Pricing question. My community will be for real estate agents looking to learn how to sell $10 million in homes per year. Cool. I consistently sell 20. Great. If they only sell one more home because of what they learned, they could, okay, great. Our prices says 99 a month, 299. Well, I'll tell you this. I know, because I just recently looked at a business that had a real estate thing and they priced it for like 50 a month. And so I know that at that price point, that market can sustain it. So I would also recommend, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But guess what you could do? Test it. But I'd recommend selling it over the phone. So that's my rec there. Alexi, my Q for A. Yes, is. How would you optimize the community tab for conversion? Okay. Skool redirects organic users who discover. Okay. Instead of the about page, is there anything that they can optimize there?
Yeah, pinned post, link on the right side that can link to a sales letter of something, pinned wins category, a good group. Just make sure the posts are engaged and questions are answered. Basically, the group is the sales letter, so make it a good group.
That sounds like a scam. Your advice, not the group. I'm kidding. Fake news. Okay. Gian, if our offer is more than $9.99, what's the best way to sell this on Skool? Man, I have so many thoughts. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we decreased system-wide churn a lot over the last month. Like, I'll give you numbers later, but you guys will just start seeing churn drop just from stuff that we did internally. And I do think it will affect pricing. The problem, just so you guys know, the reason that we don't bump that is because of fraud. It's because of fucking weirdos who go in and then try and like run a bunch of like cards and then charge back and refund to try and basically get paid twice. All right. Like that's what we're preventing against. And this is what anyone that has a big platform has to prevent against, because it's a big pain. All right. And so the larger the number, the more likely fraud occurs. That's why that cap's there. Just FYI. Long term, we will bump it. It's just not the most important thing. I think you guys would rather have affiliates and free trials, which are the things that are coming out. And so we're prioritizing that. But you can process off of Skool and then deliver on Skool, which is basically how Skool started in the beginning. I mean, as of 6 months ago, that's what everyone did, was they process off Skool. So that's the simple way to do it, Gian. Andrew, Mr. Murdoch. Okay, I've got 3 minutes. Okay. Any concerns around FTC and sharing revenue numbers from our clients? Honestly, I have no idea. I won't even go into it. Consult a legal professional. Star Jesse Taylor. I'm a creator with 225K on IG and 800K on TT. Okay. I have a free community with 1,200 people, which I teach ACT therapy, relationship, heartbreak advice. Cool. My next step is to create a paid community. You told me to call my community Stars Personal Coaching. Cool. Love it. This is going to be group coaching. Great. I don't know how much to charge. I want to do $299 at least. I don't know if I can get enough people who can afford to make it worth it. Okay. For sure you can get people to afford $299. I just want to like break that belief for you. You can absolutely get people to pay $299. I think it's a good price point though, as a side note. I think that's a good sweet spot. A friend of mine had a $50 million a year life coaching business, and hers was $299 a month, and they got 120-minute call a month, one-on-one. And it was on demand. So it wasn't even like scheduled. By the way, this is a hack for everybody. You just say you can have like, there's 2 versions of this. Like the most extreme version is take a call whenever you want, but they're never scheduled. So it's on demand. And so by doing that, you'll still be surprised. A lot of people just won't take them, or they'll only take them when they need them. The others, you can limit it and say you get 3 calls a month as you want, or 2 calls a month as desired. And of course, guys, if you have 2 and you really think that this person needs a 3rd one, you can toss them a 3rd one and then they'll love you. It's fine, right? But by doing it that way, rather than booking it, you'll actually massively increase your capacity. I had a friend of mine who did this exact model, and it was like 8 to 1. So the number of people who actually took, like if the hypothetical max was 800 calls that he would have to do if every person did it, he was only taking 100 calls a month. All right. So it's a different way. So like if you think about scaling service, this is actually a great segment to end on because it's a good tidbit. So let me just walk you through it. So you've got one-on-one that's booked, like you're pre-scheduled out, it's booked. All right. The next you've got semi-private that's booked. So it's 1-on-3, 1-on-6, 1-on-10, small group, booked. I wouldn't go past 6, by the way. Otherwise it starts to just be a group. In between there, you've got one-on-one on demand, because then they just have 1 or 2 credits they can pull whenever they want. And so if you think about it that way, this is where you can play with pricing, where you're like, okay, My time, I charge $500 an hour. All right. So if you have 2 calls that you have access to, this is a screaming deal, knowing that not everyone's going to do that. The reason the gym industry works is because 92% of people who go to Planet Fitness, who pay for Planet Fitness, don't go to Planet Fitness. That's why gyms where people pay $200 a month, they have to be $200 a month because everyone goes. So if you multiplied attendance rate by the price, Planet Fitness would have to be $200 a month if everyone actually went. But because of that, the 92% subsidize the people who actually use it. And with that pricing, I got a dip. Love you guys. Keep being amazing. And yeah, I was being zesty today, but it was out of love. All right. Bye.
See ya.
This clip was taken inside of the Skool Games, which is literally free to join. So if you want to talk to AlexHormozi live every week, then click the link in the description and join right now.
54.1% of people who start a paid community in Skool make money. Yes, you heard that right.